Hey everyone, it's Ryan Hukill at ShowMeOKC.com. We're here today at Metro Appliances and More in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to be visiting with Roger Shollmier, arguably one of the best kitchen designers in Oklahoma. He's going to talk to us a little bit about kitchen design, function, and all that good stuff, so enjoy. And Roger, you know, everybody's heard, of course, of the work triangle. How do you incorporate that into your designs?
Well, Ryan, the work triangle, I have to say, is a thing that was designed by an architect back in 1949. And what we had going on in 1949 with Mom would get up and cook a big breakfast, and then they would go to work or school or either a bus to do these items, and then the big meal was at noon. So there she was slaving away again in the kitchen under the heat and that type of stuff. And then they had a lighter meal in the evening for like soups or salads or things like that. So the architect said, we need Mom to have this work triangle so she's not all over the kitchen, and lo and behold, that's perfect in that time, 1949. But as we started spinning forward to the 50s and then the 60s, they started to cut a little pass hole in it where you could see into the kitchen. You've seen those. And then the next thing we know, the breakfast room started being opened up and we started evolving into more and more, but we still kept talking about the work triangle. Well, what's happening today is we're in there with the laptops, we're in there with the iPads as you have right here. We're watching TV in the kitchen. The family's there. We're usually gathered as a family from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. Right. And we're all in the kitchen. And if the kitchen works well, we even continue that relationship in the kitchen even longer. So I have done away in my concept of designing kitchens back in the late 70s, early 80s, to developing different workstations instead of dedicated to not move over 4 or 5 feet in each direction to get stuff. Because everybody's in the kitchen today, and if you have a work triangle, everybody's in that work triangle doing stuff, and it can get cluttered or congested. And so the work zones are the ones where I've got a short-term prep zone, I've got the cook zone, I've got the cleanup zone, and I've got the bake zone, and they're separated from each other so we can perform those tasks and numerous people can be in working and not anybody be in their way. And so I went on for years with that, and maybe I ought to just get up and show you some of these zones and see what I'm talking about, and you'll get a better experience or enlightening to how these are set up in the kitchen instead of work triangle. You want to take a look at that real quick?
Sure, that'd be great.
Let's go do that.
All right.
Ryan, here we are in what I call the #1 short-term prep zone. That's where we're going to be making sandwiches, we're heating stuff in a microwave, we're getting stuff from a refrigerator, and you know, you hear people saying, oh, I've got a walk-in pantry. Well, a walk-in pantry just means you have to travel further to get something and bring it back and put it back up. I agree with walk-in pantries, there's no question. But what we like to incorporate in this zone is, I like personally to have a nice chop block to work on. Underneath here, we've got dual pull-out trash where we can just rake stuff into it. I incorporate a towel bar next to it where we can clean our hands or wipe things up, and a prep sink. So, for an example, if I want to get stuff out of the refrigerator, I'm just getting my different ingredients I might need. They're just right here without really traveling somewhere to the refrigerator and coming back. So, also, we have a microwave. We've got some leftovers. We've got it all prepared here, and we just go to the microwave, put it in. We're going to need some wrapping foils and sandwich bags and stuff like this. Got that a little stuck. So this is for that purpose. We have a pull-out drawer here for utensils we're going to be using. And if we're bringing something out of the microwave, we can hit it down here and stir it and use this area. We also need bread and chips. We need Tupperware containers. We need more bowl storage and things we'd use, and the short-term pantry. Right here, I can just get ingredients and bring them there. I've got pantry things here we might be using in this area. And another good thing about this, which I really promote strongly, is when I'm prepping, I'm not looking at a wall. Imagine me, my family's out here on this nice big island and I'm over here prepping. So I have got my knives, I'm here, And you'll see the cook zone here in a minute, and I'm actually talking to the cook. And over on the other side is the bake zone. I'm communicating in the bake zone with whoever's working there if they are. And I'm actually facing the cook right here. And then I can turn around and all of my friends and my family are here, so we're always in communications. And not in the work triangle, because that would happen here and everybody would be here. So that doesn't work. So what I'd like to show you now is I'm going to step over and show you the cook zone.
Great.
So here, Ryan, as you can see, we've got the cooktop. And this is what I want to be able to do, is not have to look at a wall. And here I am talking as the area we showed you a minute ago, the short-term prep zone. Now the cook and the person prepping are together communicating, and also communicating with the friends and the family, which to me is important. So many of these kitchens I see today, they're going for looks. They like to take this big cooktop and put it against the wall with a beautiful hood, as you've seen in numerous pictures over the time. Well, I don't really want to personally stand around with all of my guests and prepping and be looking at a wall over here. So I have redesigned that area. And behind me, which is going to get a little confusing, we would have the cleanup sink, which used to be just a single sink here, but I'll talk to you about what's back here a little bit later. Okay. But you're also standing just there, if you will. We're now in the bake zone. We've got pop-up mixers, we've got spices, we're spreading stuff out, we have the ovens behind us, and now I'm still communicating with family and friends, the prep and the cook. And we take all the dirty dishes back in the back and put it in the sink and wait for the cleanup. In the bake zone, what we have is pop-up mixers, spices, bowls, and preparing stuff to make a bread or pastries. We've got it, and we've located the oven behind us. And by the way, noticing some of these tags, I really don't keep these tags on my oven at home, right? This is actually our showroom in Tulsa, Oklahoma at Metro Builders Supply, or Metro's Appliances and More, excuse me, they've rebranded themselves. And so this would really be countertop back here for your baked goods to be set here. Valuable countertop, okay? So that creates the bake zone, the cook zone, the short-term prep zone, which also has its own sink. I might not have mentioned that a minute ago, to get vegetables and clean them with a disposer, so I'll never have to go to the cleanup sink. But whatever I make a mess there, it goes to the cleanup. Whatever I make there, it goes to the cleanup. Whatever I do, it goes to the cleanup. Now, when everything's done, people are eating, the TV's going, you're over there cleaning up, or hubby's helping, or even the kids might help. So what happens is that part, nobody's really interested in seeing. But when you have a wonderful kitchen designed with a nice island, with seating at it, with TV, and access to the internet, they'll even stay longer. So that's the way I feel the kitchens have evolved. And what I'm fixing to show you next is the galley, which changes all of this. From work triangle I've gone, I never really went there. From the work triangle to my position of work zones in a kitchen, which is called on nationally, down to the galley. And this is, I want to bring it up and show you the most wonderful feature that I've created about 1.5 years ago.
All right, thanks for stopping in and checking out the video today. If you've got any questions, want more information, you can reach me at ryan@showmeokc.com. You can also get in touch with Roger and check out more of those videos at thegalleysink.com. So be sure and do that, and we'll see you next time.